Alright, so, okay, you agree this call be recorded. Do you agree to be transcribed and used in the research symposium? It's... Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to basically use the recording, and we're going to transcribe it. Alright, so let me just put this on speakerphone. That way I can get the recording on my backup real quick. So just give me 1 minute. Alright, I am so sorry about being nervous and everything before, so all that aside, are you ready to start?
I'm ready.
Alrighty, so question number 1. What are your fondest memories while growing up in Mount Pleasant?
Fondest memories. Well, going up the base, going up to the. Oh, that thing's back. That thing is backseating.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me just fix that. Alright, is that better?
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Growing up in Mount Pleasant. During the summertime, springtime, fall, whatever. Going over to the ball field, playing baseball, basketball. That's one answer for you. Hanging out with the boys up the corner. That's on a Friday or Saturday night with when you have your cars and stuff, just hanging out. And going to school, that was okay. I could take Conestoga or leave it. Not a big deal to me. Glad I got out one piece and graduated. Let's see. Wasn't we used to get on a bicycle and just ride, just go 20 miles away, and then come on home, and the parents wondered where we were naturally, and that what else can I say?
If you want, we could actually go back to that because I actually skipped over one of the most important questions. So we just have to double check that. I am so sorry about that. So when were you born, Mr. Homer?
December 1947.
1947.
Yeah.
And your name's HomerMclean, so that's just... I'm sorry if I'm nervous. I've had a very, very, rash day. All right. So, first off, how long have you lived at Mount Pleasant?
I lived in Mount Pleasant from day one till 1969. I moved out. I moved to Easton, PA. Got married. Then we moved to Bethlehem. Got a house, and got divorced in 1976. June 13th, 5 o'clock.
So did you have any kids with your wife?
None.
So you have no children?
No, not. Well, maybe one in England, but that's another story.
All right. So, let's see. Where did you attend school at Mount Pleasant?
I went to Stratford Elementary, the different East Town. That was junior high, and I think it was ninth grade. I went to Conestoga, 9th to 12th. I think. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. So so was it like a tight-knit community, as you say, like different from what it is today?
What it is today is, when we grew up, it was pretty, neighbors, for example, the neighbors used to kind of like help each other if you needed a roof or something, or somebody needed help with their garden. They used to kind of like help each other out, and if a tree falls, you go help them chop it up, whatever, and it was pretty good. Can't complain about that. But.
Yeah, the way my grandfather used to say it, what do you call it? My grandfather would say it was open doors all the time. Basically, whenever someone wanted to come in, they just helped themselves and came in, and it was just like very free, open.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, and my mother used to feed everybody in the neighborhood. If they were down and out, which that happens. Everybody's down and out once in a while. She would feed people, and she would at church up the corner there. I can't even think of the name of it before I've been up in there so long. But the church on Upper Goff Road there, she'd go in there and cook for them and have everybody was into activities down there. Most of the older people were anyway. And their so-called tea parties they used to have with people chicken ready and whatever, and to go up to the community center, which is no longer there. That's gone. That's been gone forever. And we kept parties up there and get-togethers, and we had I think a community fair, if I'm not mistaken. There again, it's been a while.
If I believe so, when we had our, what do you call it? We had a little trip up to Mount Pleasant recently for our ECG class. So I believe Barbara explained that there was a community fair they held right next to the church, that they still do.
Okay, if you say so, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if it jogs any memories or anything.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a while.
Yeah, my apologies if I sound rash at all or anything.
No, I just I had to. Maybe 20 minutes from now, I'll think about it, but I can't think about it right now.
I wouldn't doubt it. Would you like to move on to another question?
Yeah, maybe something might pop back into the old brain and you can go back to it.
So, let's see, could you give us like a little bit of backstory about your family?
What do you want to know about the family?
Like, did you like have family members who lived there? Did you have like a brother or sister?
Well, my father and mother, and in fact, he used to work at the township, Radnor Township School District. And my mother, she, well, I'm thinking about this, she used to do house cleaning and ironing and sewing and whatever. And as far as my brother, he wasn't around too much. He stayed in the service for, I could give or take 30 years. I never really seen the guy that much. Once in a blue moon, he'll come home from wherever he was at and come home, and then he had his wife and kids to deal with, and that was it. I had a sister, but she died before I was born, about a year before I was born, so I never got to know her.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, back in those days, the medicine wasn't as great as it was now.
Yeah, my grandfather's he's in the medical industry as well.
Yeah,
he understands how the differences in medicine and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Now if you have heart problem, you go get it. You're in by 9, out by 5. One of those things. Or a knee, you're in by 9, and then you're walking by 2. So. Okay, next question.
All right. Was race ever an issue within Mount Pleasant? Did you have any personal issues involving race in Mount Pleasant?
Mount Pleasant per se. Let me go back. Oh, I got to do some thinking here. When I was growing up, there was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there was 4 white families in Mount Pleasant, and they were mostly in Montgomery County, which you could go down the road past my old house, 1, 2, 3 houses, or 4 houses down. That was Montgomery County, and they lived there, and I didn't have any problem with them. They didn't have any problem with me, and my parents, I should say. And now I really don't know what's down there. There's 1, 2, 3, maybe about 5 or 6 people who I know who are alive and still living there. I think. I don't go down there that much. Every once in a while, I will go take a cruise down there and see who's out in the street and whatever. But and as far as the other part, going to elementary school, well, everybody has, what can I call them? People who are a pain in the butt. They just didn't like anybody. And we grew up with that.
Yeah.
And just to go over to Wayne once in a while, and the cops are real prejudiced back in the day. And, yeah, but they all were. They were. Everywhere you went back in the day, north, south, east, west, whatever, they were all had their. I hate to say this, but they're one white mind, and that was it. That's all they seen. But like I say, nowadays, this is not a white world anymore. Got everything in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Everything, all nationalities, even down south. Now you go down south, you have to be careful what you say or do. nowadays, it's a different world.
Yeah, it's a, what do you call it? A giant, what's my grandfather usually used to call it? Melting pot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now it is. Yeah. Like I go to Hawaii, and it's like that is a melting pot over there.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese they don't like the Koreans. The Koreans don't like the Chinese. You know what? I got that here. I go on vacation to have a to have a good time. I don't want to hear about who hates who, and I can hear that here.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to Mount Pleasant. In fact, over in Fairview, you know where Fairview Avenue is?
Yes, I believe so.
It's Mount Pleasant, Henry Avenue, and then Fairview. There were white folks living down there, and we all got along because they knew our parents. If something messed up, you know who's going to get your butt kicked.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the main thing. And that's another story I got to tell you too, but I'll do that later. And then now going to Stratford Elementary, you had your people in there who just didn't like colored folks, black folks, whatever you want to call it back in the day.
Mm. Oh, I'm not sorry to interrupt, but what do you identify yourself in terms of race? I do not mean to be rude or anything.
What do I call myself?
What do you identify your race as? What do you see yourself as?
Oh, if you were to like African American thing.
It's like one of those things.
Well, I always feel I'm American of African descent. Just like if you're an Italian, you're Italian of Italian American, not Italian of you're American of Italian descent.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when they say that African
American.
When you're black and African. I'm not African. I'm American. I was born in this country. I wish these stupid idiots would get their acts together.
Yeah, it's just me personally, I don't see race. I say, hey, my race, I'm human. I'm a human being.
That's it. I'm me. You want to go judge somebody who wants to be a knothead? Well, then let it be a knothead. I have nothing to do with it. So I always say I got to take care of number one because nobody else is. And that's about it. But I am American of African descent.
All right. All right, so let's see.
Even though I have a Scottish last name, or Irish last name, that's the way it is.
Are you still currently living in Mount Pleasant, or do you just visit?
No, I live in Bethlehem.
You live in Bethlehem.
Yeah, I moved out there in '69. I moved out, and I don't really miss the main line. Period. To tell you the truth. Philadelphia, I don't even go down there. I have to have a need to go down to Philadelphia. But I moved out, got out. That's it. And I married a white lady, and in fact, she was Italian and Polak. That's who I married, and to me, it was a big deal. My neighbors down there, it must have been a big deal to them, but they never really came right out and said, "Oh, Mr. McLean's." And Mrs. McLean's son married a white girl. What a big deal, Marry who you want to marry. That's my thing. I'm not paying your bills,
Exactly. It's the world is, as they say, a screwy, wonky place.
I mean, if two gay people moved in next to me, they want to be nice, I'll be nice, and vice versa. They want to be a knothead. Well, you stay on your side, I'll stay on mine. And
yeah.
For a white guy moved in with a black chick, I don't care. I'm not paying your bills.
Yep. Yeah, I'm more of I hang out in online chat rooms with a lot of people all over the world. I talk with Irishmen, let's see, Irish, Polish, the whole 9 yards. I have talked with even Canadians, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
I'll tell you, no one has a problem with each other. Half the time we're joking about stereotypes. They basically will make fun of each other, but it's in the good way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
When
remember.
I go to Hawaii, I don't know people. I'll put it this way, I know a couple people there, and I always stay at the same hotel. And so I know the bartenders, I know the one president of the hotel, and just go shoot the breeze, and I don't have a problem,
Yeah.
And there again, you always got knotheads in there who's going to mess up the system.
Yep, there's always one bad apple spoils the bunch, as they say.
Yeah. I know the first time I went over there, I had a problem with the Japs. I couldn't stand them. They were ignorant, belligerent. They had their culture and I had mine. I didn't bother with them.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know what? I don't even care. I just go and have a good time. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Like I said, you want to be nice? Hey, I'll be nice. You want to
Yeah.
be ignorant? Well, leave me alone.
Yeah, I'd like to also apologize once again if if the questions are all over the place. It's just gonna be mainly acclimating towards your time in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
If you can. This is.
Yeah, but anyway, back to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. So.
I know what I was going to say. If you're over your neighbor's house playing with their kids or something, and you mess up, just say you did something you know was wrong and da 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 da, you can get your butt beat there, and they take you home, and
you'll get your butt beat back at home.
And you get your butt beat again.
Yeah, my grandfather was telling me. Like, basically, they were such a tight-knit neighborhood. My grandmother told me, like, she was telling me about a story, like, if my mother ever had a problem, or my uncle, and my uncle was the troublemaker, my grandmother would go, like, he would go to whoever's causing my uncle trouble, saying, I know your mother, we talk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Boy, I tell you what, the news gets around real quick.
It was a very tight knit community back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Nowadays, it's more like, oh, so and so did this on Facebook. So and so did this on. Da, da, da.
I know. It's like, you know what?
Yeah, you have to keep your doors locked. You can't trust. Around my dad's neighborhood, it's very tight knit. It's, people come freely, but that's because they've known each other for about, 10 years, the neighbors. Yeah. So back to Mount Pleasant. I'm derivating from the thing at hand, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. And other than that, growing up Mount Pleasant, it was, I learned a few, I had to say one thing, at least my father taught me how to hammer a nail. There's a lot of people now can't even put air in their own tire. I have to say that. At least I was. Yeah,
it's more of a.
Taught a few things.
It's basically everyone likes other people to do their work for them. The service industry.
Right.
Yeah, everyone's so focused on their cell phones all the time.
Yeah, really. Mm.
Yeah, so my grandfather would he always tells me how disappointed he is in that technology. Like when he was passing by a bus stop. And you would see that nobody's talking with each other. They're just looking at their phones.
Yes. You went to dinner, same thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, they're evading from here. So.
But other than that, Mount Pleasant, it was interesting. Believe me. It was funny because if you're in a white neighborhood, they did not want us in there, and that works both ways. In fact, about the only good people there was the heating guy that comes picture first, the mailman, who else? Service people like that. Then you're okay. If you go down there and you're a white guy, you better know somebody because they did not like white folks coming out of their neighborhood. Which it didn't bother me none because I got along with the guys in high school, the white guys and us, and we would go to their house. At least I would go to their house. A couple others would go to their house, and they would come to my house, and there was no problem. But if you come there at nighttime, and it's like, what are you doing here? You'll get your butt beat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way Mount Pleasant was. But now they got all the college kids down there, and the gang I grew up with, they're all gone. Either moved out or just passed on.
Yeah.
And that's really that's really about it, I guess.
Yeah. So let me see if I can any questions that can help jog your memory. I still have some more questions if you're willing, if you have the time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Let's see. So you talked about a lot of the change already. Here we go. So what is really your opinion with the college student situation at Mount Pleasant, like, the whole gentrification of everything?
Well, the college kids in Mount Pleasant, I really can't say nothing because, like I said, I'm
Uh-huh.
not there.
All right. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm up here. A couple of the neighbors who are still living there, they seem to get along. The college kids seem to get along with the people who still live there, so they really don't have a. Not that I've heard now. I don't know if the cops patrol down there or what. I don't know, but they really haven't had any major malfunctions, as far as I know.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry because this was mainly made for the whole interview was made for if you were still currently living. Yeah, so since you're living up in Bethlehem, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Bethlehem, it's kind of hard to ask
60,
questions
60
about Mount
miles.
Pleasant.
Yeah, 60 miles away.
Yeah, 60 miles. Not that far. Just maybe like a 10-hour jog or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, 10-minute walk. Yeah, an hour. It depends. Hour and 15, hour and a half.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else? I can talk about Conestoga, high school, wait a minute, Stratford Elementary, then went to Citizen Easttown. Uh, Junior high was okay. I mean, it was no better than high school. It was the same thing. You had your cliques in there, like every other school, and you had the rich folks who, they think their stuff doesn't stink. Uh, you know, so we
They
didn't
just thought they were
bother
better
with them.
than the rest.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they just hung around with themselves. And all high schools are like that. It's like, the heavy-set kids seem to hang around with the heavy-set kids, and the skinny ones hung around with the skinny ones, and the people who don't talk to anybody, they stuck with the people who don't talk with anybody. But I kind of the ones who I didn't hang around, or we didn't hang around with either, we just didn't bother with them. That was it. And a couple of the white guys who hung around, we hung around together. We just got in a little trouble here and there, but nothing, no
Nothing
violent
serious.
things. We just having a good time.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll see a few of them because we're having a class reunion this year.
Ah,
So I see a few of them.
that's nice.
And I get off the subject here. The one guy, he lives up in, works in New York, lives in Connecticut somewhere. I got his address here somewhere. But I called him up for the class reunion, and I remember you. And he's a white guy. I remember you coming to my, I guess, 6, 7 years old birthday party or something at the elementary school. And he lived right down the street. Well, I kind of like shook up the neighborhood, I guess, because I was the only one of color there. But I knew we all knew each other in school, so we always played together. We didn't have a problem because we were the other generation, I guess, coming up. Because each generation now, as far as now, if you walk down the street with a white girl, and a black girl, they probably wouldn't say nothing. They would look at you funny. And,
Yeah, but they just keep to themselves.
yeah, and back in the day, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there would be a whole community ruckus.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a white guy with a black hair, hey, go for it. I don't care. Don't bother me, no, I don't care less.
Yeah, times change, Back then,
and you don't have that, because I mainly date white, and they still look, but, they just like, who cares?
Yeah.
Now, if you go down south or somewhere, or go up there in the boondocks, that may be another problem, but like you go up 20 miles from here, 30 miles north of here, it might be a problem, but if you go 30 miles from here, they got all New Yorkers up there in the Poconos anyway, so New Yorker, North Jersey, and Connecticut, so.
Yep.
That's it.
That's just a difference. Yeah, that's really it. Let me see if I can find anything, for when that would help with your time at Mount Pleasant. We talked about race. We talked about the history.
Yeah, did you look, speaking of history, did you look, I don't have it, I looked for my,
Yeah, the person you were looking for. I have the paper here somewhere.
oh, yeah, I forgot all about him, but did you look at the history of Mount Pleasant on your computer?
I can do that again. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've mostly been extremely busy. It's midterm madness week right now. Give me one quick second. I have to move everything off my desk. I recently got myself a molecule kit, so let me just pull that up real quick before we. Yeah, I have to. Do you still want to continue with the interview real quick, or like we can?
I'll give you
Yeah,
those 20
yeah.
minutes.
Let's talk about that after the interview real quick. I'll be happy to oblige with that.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I had to finish up with the interview. We're getting sidetracked. We're having a great conversation though. Yeah. So any relation? Yeah, I am completely sorry. This is like one of my first real interviews.
Okay. You know, another girl, I don't even know who she was, some girl called the other night, too. I didn't answer.
Oh, that was my partner. Was her name Raquel?
Look like Raphael or something.
Yeah, that's Racquel. That's
Yeah,
Raquel.
with the R. Yeah, let me see if I can. Oh, I can't get it. I think I erased it.
Yeah, it's not a problem. All right, so
Yeah.
let me see if I can find like at least two more questions because we'll top it off at around 30 minutes. So I think we have time for one more question.
Okay.
All right. I already asked, you were very involved. Like, how involved were you with the community?
I was not really involved. By the time I started working and finding out there was a world out here, I didn't hang around Mount Pleasant too much. I do go to work in the morning when I do my part-time job, and when I was gone, got my car and left. I was everywhere else but here in Mount Pleasant. I should.
So
In fact, I was up here a lot.
you were up in Bethlehem a lot.
Yeah, Chase Allentown, Eastern Bethlehem, Pottstown, Reading. I was all over the place, man. It was a party or something, I was there. Girls, I was definitely there. You can don't have to put that on the recorder, but.
Oh, sadly that's gonna be transcribed. Yeah, my apologies. I'll see if I can figure out. So, what did you want me to cut out? I can definitely take it out of the transcription.
You don't have to really cut it out if you don't want to. I just said that, but.
Right.
But as far as the community, I didn't really get involved with the community that much. It was always, I'm pretty sure you heard the name Maisie Hall.
No, I do not recall.
I was going to say, when you get time, look up the history of Mount Pleasant Avenue back in 18, whatever the heck it was, 19 something, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And her name is plastered all over the place. Like, she was not my favorite person.
So, what's her name? Macy?
Yeah, Maisie, like M-A-Z-I-E.
M-A-Z-I-E. Hall as in H-A-L-L?
Yes.
All right, Maisie Hall. I'll note that down.
Yeah, if you look on your laptop or whatever you got, look under the history of Mount Pleasant. I'm surprised Barbara didn't tell you that. Barbara Bird.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that when I get the chance.
Yeah, and you can ask her too, but she probably knows more than what I just read it real quick. And Maisie Hall this and Maisie Hall that, and it's like, you know what? Whatever. My mother did more to me than Maisie Hall did, but that's another story.
Yeah. And just the heads up, basically, this entire conversation, even from everything I've asked and whatnot, will be transcribed into the transcription, and we're just about to hit the 30-minute mark. Would you like to cut it there, or do you want to go for like one or two more questions?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just finish up with one more. Okay, change the scene.
And that guy Paul, I don't know if you ever found out anything about him.
No, I was so busy in a rush, I forgot to ask about that. I'll definitely ask. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize about that. It's midterm madness week. I have 2 exams tomorrow, so.
Yeah. No problem. When you get a chance, you find out about Paul, just let me know.
Yeah, actually, you know what? This would be a very good question to end off on. What was your American dream at the time?
My American. Now, what age?
Like basically like right before you left Mount Pleasant.
Let's see. At the time I left Mount Pleasant, I was getting all my buddies were, and this is the white guy, the black guy. They were all getting married. They got on this married kick thing. Everybody had to be married. So I just said, you know what? I just want to be married happily ever after. Blah 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 blah. So that was that was a joke. And I think the only one who is still married from back in the day, who's alive, was this guy named John King Jr. I don't know if you talked to him or not. I think
No, like everyone in our class was set up with a specific member. Like for instance, like I was supposed to have my partner here asking any extra questions she wanted to ask.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's about the only one who's still married. Long story short, he lives up in the other side of Dowling down there. Off of what's that route up there? 100 and 113 out in the back there.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And that's really that was my thing. I always wanted to do, just be married, have a couple kids, blah blah blah. Well, it didn't work, so no big deal. Got single. And other than that, no more than being rich, which that's another joke in life too. Trying, hitting the lottery or something. Just,
yeah, making bank, rich, as they say.
Yeah, I can buy the bank now. I have to put money in. I can buy the whole bank. It didn't work, so I'm still plugging away.
All right. Yeah, so that's. I'll just end it there. So let me just get. All right, just end the recording real quick. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. All right.
No problem.
So anything? Well, actually, any last minute things you'd like to say for the recording or anything like that?
You know what? Let me see. Back to high school, I think I always said you had the rich gang.
Yeah. You had the rich, and then you
the normal people, and
yeah, you had the different groups of people.
Yeah, and like I said, I got along with some, and some we didn't. So
yeah, all right, we'll end it there. So, thank you so much for this once again, Homer.
All right. No problem, John.
Yeah.
No problem
all right.
at all.
Thank you. So let me just end that there.